Hey there, CJ Math students. Welcome to Homework 2.10, add and subtract rational numbers. If you're watching the video, you may check off. This is due Monday. Calculator's okay, but please show all work. So problem number one, just like our notes, we're going to borrow. It becomes 79 plus the denominator of the other number tells us what our whole number is going to be. So 79 7/7 plus negative 22 and 4/7. Community property of addition, 79 plus negative 22 plus 7/7 plus negative 4/7. Remember, negative 22, that means the fraction is also negative. So we got a DSSM problem here. So 79 plus negative 22 equals 57 plus 7 plus a negative 4 equals 3/7. So those are same signs I'd keep, so I get 57 and 3/7. If I were you, I'd pause and try and do number two. Number three, I got 2 2/10, 20.3, and 5 1/5, so plus a negative. If I were you, I'd change these all to decimals. So 2/10 is 0.2 plus 20.3 plus a negative 5.2. Then if I do some cumulative property, negative 5.2 plus 0.2 plus 20.3. Notice the 0.2s are going to cancel out. They're going to be zeros. So basically, I have negative 5 plus 20.3. This is a DSSM problem. Again, you can use your calculator to double check here. But you get positive 15.3. Okay. On number 4, remember keep change plus positive plus negative. And you'll probably want to find common denominators before doing that problem. Problem like number 5, I got 1 minus 3/4, so plus a negative 3/4 plus a negative 12 1/4. So we have 1 plus a negative 3/4 plus a negative 12 plus a negative 1/4. I'm just breaking apart that fraction. Community property of addition, 1 plus negative 12 plus negative 3/4 plus negative 1/4. 1 plus negative 12 is negative 11. Negative 3/4 plus negative 1/4 is negative 4/4. So really that's negative 1. So negative 11 plus negative 1. Sorry, that shouldn't say negative. It should say negative 4/4 gives you negative 12 because this was SSAK. On number 6, again, plus a negative. And you can either make everything 20ths or you can change everything into decimals. It's totally up to you, but works some magic with it. So number 7, it says, what is the community property of addition? It simply says A plus B equals C is the same as B plus A equals C. So I can change the order of what I'm adding without changing the sum. Backside, number 8. So notice no KCC here. So let's just rearrange stuff. Negative 5 plus negative 5/7 plus negative 3 plus negative 2/7 plus 8. Notice how I just broke apart the mixed numbers. So negative 5 plus negative 3 plus 8, and we'll put all the whole numbers together, plus negative 5/7 plus negative 2/7. So putting all the fractions together. Negative 5, negative 3, that gives you 8. Sorry, negative 8 plus 8 plus a negative 5/7 plus negative 2/7, that's negative 7/7. This is 0, it's additive inverse, plus negative 7/7, which is simply negative 1. All right. Number 10, 3/4 plus 3.75, and then keep change plus a positive 5 1/4. So I'm going to change everything to fractions. So 3/4 plus 3 3/4 plus 5 1/4. So notice how everything's positive. So I'm just going to add everything up. So 3 plus 5 plus 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 1/4. That gives us 8 plus 7/4. And then I just have to change this 7/4 into 8 plus 1 3/4. So that gives you 9 3/4. Okay. On number 11, make sure you keep change, so keep that plus positive. And you might want to convert everything to fractions. You might want to convert everything to decimals. It's completely up to you. Number 12, exactly like a problem on the front where we're borrowing. So this becomes 11. That tells us what our denominator is. So plus 4/4 plus negative 2 plus negative 1/4. And let's use community property of addition. So 11 plus negative 2 plus 4/4 plus negative 1/4 And that gives you 9, because DSSM, plus 3/4. How about that? 9 3/4 again. And the last one, number 14, you got 1/4 plus 12.25, and then plus a positive 5 3/4. So 1/4 plus 12 1/4 plus 5 3/4, and break it up. So 12 plus 5 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 3/4 gives you 17 plus that's 5/4, and we know 5/4 is really 1 1/4, so 17 plus 1 1/4, so that gives you 18 1/4. 15 you want to keep, change, and again you can choose to convert to all the fractions, all the decimals, completely up to you. That's it. Make sure you show all work and call me if you have questions.